Welcome back. This is Rich again with an exclusive YouTube video blog. Today's subject is about if the NHL should have an in-season tournament or expand the playoff teams to 20 and have like a little play-in tournament just like they have for the NBA. But first, these messages. Don't forget to listen to Crystal's Time Machine each and every Friday and Saturday night from 9 to 11 p.m. on WCAP 980, where everybody gets it. If you can't get the show live, listen to the podcast exclusively on archive.org. Goes back to October 2015. Follow Crystal on Twitter at Crystal Amy John and Machine Crystal. Follow her on Instagram at Crystal Johnson. Follow on Facebook, the official Crystal's Time Machine Facebook page, the official Crystal's Time Machine group page and game show fan page. And follow me on Twitter at Chewy7. Follow me on Instagram at Rich Celaso. And say hello to Broadway Pizza, the official sponsor of Crystal's Time Machine. And if you say the promo code Crystal's Time Machine, you get $2 off your meal, which is pretty good. Okay, and now on to the feature presentation. With the NBA having an in-season tournament and also a play-in tournament to determine the 7th and 8th seeds in the playoff tournament. Is the NHL going to follow suit with their counterpart of winter and having an in-season tournament, or expanding the playoffs to have a play-in tournament for the 7th and 8th seeds, which they are wild card 1 and 2 for the Eastern and Western Conference. The NHL has never had a in-season play-in tournament, play-in tournament for all 32 teams. They have to determine a regular season in-season tournament, and that might be very hard to do because they would have to come up with group play. There's 16 teams in each conference, so they probably would have to divide it up like 4 teams of 4 in group play or pool play, and probably have the top 4 teams with the most points or the most goals scored for the Eastern Conference and Western Conference, and they go into a single elimination 8-team in-season tournament with like having maybe 1 through 8, 2 through 7, 3 through 6, and 4 and 5. And they probably, if they ever do this, they probably will have the games like each team in each group play has 2 home and 2 road to even it out. And I mean, 1 road, 1 home, or 2 roads for one conference. You either get 2 and 1. And the next year they could switch that off. And if they ever decide to have an in-season tournament in the NHL, probably might have it at a neutral site location that does not have an NHL team at this present time, like maybe Houston or Salt Lake City or Quebec City, Canada, or even Hartford, Connecticut. They would probably do some of the regular season games will probably be counted as it, but probably the last game of the NHL, Cup Finals, it's not considered a regular season game. Or maybe it's a good idea. The winner of the in-season regular season tournament maybe could have the President's Trophy. Don't don't give the President's Trophy to the team with the best record in the league, because that's a sign of a curse. They're not going to win the Stanley Cup. Make like that another award. And I think an NHL regular season tournament, in my opinion, probably be 50-50 at best of it happening with Gary Bettman as commissioner. Probably when he retires, the next NHL commissioner could consider that. And then about expanding the playoffs to maybe having a play-in tournament for getting the last two seeds of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the Eastern and Western Conference. This is probably going to happen eventually when the NHL expands to 34, 36, or 40 teams. But I would only limit it to the, the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th teams with the best records in each conference, even if it's goes to a 40-team NHL league. The current NHL playoff format is the top three teams in each division are seeded 1, 2, 3, with the second and third place team playing one another, and the division winner of one conference, the best record, plays the wild card with the second worst record, and the second division winner plays the first best wild card. And these continue to, and it's like the first two rounds could be potentially division only. Then the conference championship is the two divisions. And I would probably have this like that should be considered a single elimination round. Seventh plays eighth and ninth place 10th. The winner of each two games, the winner of the seventh game, the winner of the who gets the seventh seed, the loser of the eighth seed plays the winner of the ninth and 10th seed, and the winner of that gets the eighth seed. And I would change the playoff format for Eastern and Western Conference: 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, and 4 versus 5. That sounds like a plan, and I think the NHL playoff format, like expanded, will happen when they go to 36 teams or 40 teams. That's about it. Like what you ever on these comments, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for all your support.